Timothy Mark with Alexandria. We're here doing the Caldwell Motel in Caldwell, Texas, and a lot of it's very like a movie set type of scenery here. It's very creepy and would be good for a horror film. And apparently there's a lot of bad things that's happened here. Have you felt anything?
I just seen the image of, I don't know if it's a little girl or a little boy about 1 year old that actually drowned in a bathtub. That was yesterday, so that was pretty creepy. I haven't felt, the room where we're staying, I felt very uneasy. I hate being in the room. It's a very oppressive feeling. And I did see, again, the image of a 1 year old child being drowned in a bathtub. And that wasn't recent. I think it was a couple years ago, but that was shown to me twice. But it's a very decrepit, you can't even describe this place. The whole atmosphere of the whole location is just amazing.
Yeah. And then last night, I don't know what time of the morning it was, but last night I was woken up to the scene of a woman being strangled to death. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can find here at this place and see if it matches anything that they already have on file. Okay, so we just did an investigation last night on room 120 Caldwell Motel. This is on the road, actually, so that investigation will be separate from this. But it's another video of me and Alexandria on the road. Gotta stop by the office.
He calls it on the road. I called getting fresh air.
Yeah, getting fresh air. She hates to be in a room.
Well, I woke up with both my nose not being able to breathe. It's not a really good feeling when you can't fucking breathe through your nostrils. But other than that, it seems like it's going to be another hot day. But it's just nice to kind of get out and get fresh air. And then, yeah. Well, see, that door's open. See, somebody must go in there for maybe there's storage in that room there?
Yeah, I think maintenance must go in there,
okay.
In that room over there, because it's the thing about it.
Well, maybe they keep the lawnmower and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, I'm gonna run in here.
Drop off the bleach?
Drop off the bleach.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah, I think I'll just do that. Oh yeah, because they got the lawnmower.
Timothy is just going to the office to drop off the bleach. We had to spray those 2 walls because the mold was growing in leaps and bounds, and as we all know, black mold is not healthy to breathe. And I mean, in spite of everything, I have to say that Timothy is a real trooper, and he is quite helpful, so I really appreciate that. He kind of puts up with, I put up with a lot of his shit, and he puts up with a lot of my shit. We kind of have a very explosive relationship where, you know, when we get into a fight, we really get into it, kind of a thing. He gets on my nerves, I get on his nerves, and I guess it's just trying to deal with other people's quirks and habits. But today's the sun is shining, blue sky. It's so nice to see a beautiful sunny day. Maintenance is supposed to be spraying our room today because the roaches last night were unreal. I just prefer to sleep on top of the bed with my clothes on, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess like Timothy said previously, he'll die for his research, but I mean, I'm not prepared to be, you know, it's hard for me to adjust to a cockroach infested room. You know, I sure can take on a ghost or a spirit any day compared to, like, I've never felt so unclean in my life, almost wanting to spray my whole body with Lysol. But it is what it is, and I mean, not too much we can do about it. No use bitching about it because we start getting in these massive arguments, and it's not really a good thing with Timothy. And we both have explosive tempers, and sometimes it's just better to bite your tongue and in the aid of research. So after we come back from doing a bit of a walkabout, we're going to probably do some editing and maybe sit by the pool a little bit, as long as it's not going to be too hot. Looks like it's going to be a really hot day, so you know, we'll take it. I'm just, any chance that I can be outside and out of that room, I'm a happy camper, because other than the cockroaches, the mold, and just the dismal way that the room looks, it's very depressing. It does have a very oppressive feel in that room. Death, and just like, you know, everybody's on their last legs kind of, that is in this place. It's just, I guess I've never been exposed to that. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a sissy or I'm a complainer, but if you haven't been exposed to these kind of conditions, it is sometimes hard to deal with. And I think Timothy thinks that I'm whining all the time, but I don't call it whining, but I just haven't been exposed to living conditions like that. And I mean, you know, some people, I guess, are blessed just to have a roof over their heads, and I mean, roaches and stuff can be dealt with, and I think sometimes I better just buckle up and stop complaining, I guess, as Timothy would say, and just get on with it, kind of a thing. But you know, it is what it is, and got to deal with it. And I mean, nobody is going to do it for us, kind of a thing. And I mean, me being from Canada, it's been a real adjustment for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, the weather and being on the road, I'm not, you know, I can see what a rock and roll lifestyle is, that you're always traveling on the road. Fuck, that's hard to deal with. I'm almost, prior to this, I was a real homebody. You know, I'd go to work, go out with my friends, come home, but at least you had kind of a home base to deal with. And then another thing is that my house that I was living in for over like 22 years, finally within this week I found out that it's sold. So as of July 15th, I'm going to be officially homeless. I feel like an orphan. I mean, that's not the proper terminology, but my house is probably it is sold. So when I go back to Canada for the June 19th event, going to the house and cleaning out my last little items is going to be different. It's going to be hard. My car is at storage and my parents, so it just, my whole world is kind of upside down. So that's another hard adjustment that I've had to deal with. Timothy is used to being on the road. I'm not used to being on the road. My stomach gets screwed up, eating junk food. You know, my everything just goes topsy-turvy. I start to get miserable and moody, and it's not a good thing. So, I mean, I got here, I think it was April 22nd, so I've been sort of living out of a suitcase since April 22nd, and it's not really a lifestyle I would really recommend to anybody. And I guess it's starting to really take its toll on me, not in a good way. But, you know, I'm looking forward to going back to Canada for my June 19th event, to kind of, you know, go back to Canada, see, you know, participate in the event. And there's a few things that I have to wrap up in regards to my house, and hopefully I'll be able to see my sons at that time, my mom and dad. I really miss them. Internet at this place sucks big time. I mean, that's starting to play havoc on me too. I can't go on the internet as much because you know, you're losing that connection with family and friends, and it really fucks you up. So trying to find the positive in all of this, and some days it's going to be harder than others, I guess, and it's not easy. Not easy, I can tell you. Most people would say, hey, you're in Texas, enjoy the weather. Maybe that novelty starts to wear off after a while, when you feel like you're living out of a suitcase, and then you start to get frustrated. You don't feel clean. You know, you're I don't make a good rock star or anything living on the road. After a while, it starts to, you know, really get to me. But it is what it is, and not a hell of a lot I can do about it right now. Just trying to keep positive. It's not easy, but I think more than anything, I just would love to be in a space that's clean. And, you know, I mean, you know, trying to use the toilet and all that kind of stuff is not a good thing, but hey, it is what it is. It's no use bitching about it and starting arguments because it's not gonna get us anywhere. So another good note is that when we were talking to those two, that one young girl in the office yesterday, I guess Caldwell being a very small town, that people have heard about us now and that we are paranormal investigators, so word has got out that we are doing investigations, so people are approaching us now with things that they have seen and saw, so it's different anyway, so it is what it is, kind of a thing. You know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Kind of sitting here, Timothy was just gonna go drop off the bleach. He seems to be gone forever and a day here, and leaving his door wide open. I think I'm gonna take my seat. Oh, there he comes right now. I was just gonna say, why the hell would you leave your door open? But it is what it is.
Well, folks, shit just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Why?
What night was it that bag flew off the
That was the second night we were here, wasn't it? What time did we check in?
Which night was that? We checked in on Thursday. So was it Friday?
I think it was Saturday, wasn't it? Or no, it was Friday.
Okay, y'all about to find this out at the same time she did. About 2 hours ago, they just removed a body from room 118. We're in room 120. The lady, they said, was killed or either committed suicide Friday night. I seen the police out the window this morning and didn't know what was going on, but apparently the lady was 55 years old and she's dead now. So it's room 118. We just got invited to do room 118 because the body is actually, just so y'all know right now, it is Monday morning. The body has been in that room, in room 118, dead since Friday night. The coroner predicted the death was sometime Friday night. So they just found the body this morning.
How would they find it? Why would they go in the room? Was she a long-term person, or?
Yeah, she was a long-term person.
That wasn't that black lady, was it, that we seen sitting on the step when we pull in? I know she looked like she was in her maybe late 50s.
I'm gonna ask when I go back.
Because I haven't seen that black lady since for a couple of days. That's the only reason.
Have I passed that American's Best Inn? Yep.
No, I don't. That's right there.
Oh, okay.
Because I
haven't seen that black lady either, so it's quite possible that.
And she was staying a couple of doors down from us, or a door or two doors down. And I haven't seen her since for a couple of days. So that's the first person that came to my mind. It was that, and I mean.
Wow, yeah, I remember a black lady like
sitting on a chair,
like Alexandria sit outside on the chair. And the crazy thing is, we haven't seen her in a while. And actually, I don't know if that's the lady or not. I'll find out when we go back to the office. Mm-hmm. But wow, quite possibly it was, because the lady was 55 years old and that was an older lady, right?
Well, yeah, she looked like she was like close to 60. I mean, she didn't look old, but when a couple of times she'd be on her phone sitting on a chair outside, and she was on I think one thing or close to our door.
The crazy thing about the Caldwell Motel, within the last few years, there's been a lot of deaths there. And to actually be running a paranormal investigation 2 doors down from where they just removed a body, and I remember walking past that black lady, and I don't know if it's her again. I'm gonna find out on the way back. But I remember walking past her and her just looking up at me, and she did appear depressed.
She didn't seem friendly. She would never. Yeah. She would never say hi like everybody else would say hi to you, just hi.
Yeah.
But she was just in her own little world there, kind of a thing, and I don't know. That really bothers me because, well, I mean,
We could have potentially saved somebody's life
maybe.
had we just talked to the lady. But
Who knows what
we don't
goes
know
through
if she
people's
committed
lives.
suicide, or we don't know if she's murdered yet. The official report has not came out on that yet. All we know for a fact is that body laid in that room that we walked past. I mean, we actually have walked past that room
We
several
did
times.
yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, we walked
Coming
past
back
it
from the
several-
office, wasn't it?
Yep. And the whole time there was a dead body in there. So
Well, how did you find out about that? Anyways.
the lady that wanted us to do the brother's home is actually in there this morning.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
And-
say, why would they volunteer that information unless it was somebody that knew who you were?
Yeah, and the fact that we hadn't seen that lady in a while either, but she cut down her hours. Now she only works 2 days a week because her and her husband has moved out to some kind of farm or something, and so she only works there 2 days a week. But when she seen me, she told me that the body was just being removed, and as soon as they cleaned the room out, if everybody remembers when I did the Rodney Keith Pope one, that room was not cleaned out before it was done. I would like to get in this room uncleaned, but potentially that's probably not going to happen. But as soon as they clean the room out, we'll be the first people staying in that room overnight. We'll be the first people in that room since that body that had been laying in the room for 3 days, 4 days, because it's Monday, 3 days, some shit like that since Friday. So we'll be the first people to be in that room.
Well, I'm hoping they clean it out. There's no fluids or anything in there. We're having enough problems with our room with bugs and mold. Please.
I'm really hoping that they don't clean it out. That's the difference between me and Alexandria. I like going into a room that's really fresh with decay, and man, I just get off on that fucking shit. But if body straight ass removed, that's a good thing. And
To me, I have a gut feeling it is that lady.
yeah, I'm gonna stop by the office on the way back and ask that. You're right. We haven't seen her in a few days.
We haven't seen her since, and she would always sit on her lawn chair.
Yeah, she would be sitting outside. Actually, if you remember the first time that we came to the Caldwell Motel, there we did see her there as well, right?
So, I mean, she's obviously someone that's there long term, right?
Yeah, she was a long-term resident. And just so you know, if you and nothing really against the Caldwell Motel, except for they got pest problems and stuff like that. The workers are really friendly there. I will say though that if you're 55 years old and find yourself living at the Caldwell Motel, you're not doing well in life. And so it can probably be a very depressing
Existence,
thing.
really.
Yeah, to be living at that motel.
You're
Alexandria doesn't like it. She was raised differently than me. For those people out there that do know me, I was raised in the fucking projects, man. So I can live anywhere. And it feels like I could actually stay in a room where bodies are actually in decaying, and watch TV and eat dinner just perfectly fine, you know. With Alexandria, she doesn't like stuff like that. She was raised, I guess, better than me.
I don't think it's better.
I think it's better because
it's in a different setting. That's the proper way to put it. And it's not disrespecting you or disrespecting me. I just haven't been exposed to that. That's the proper way to say it, okay?
See, I grew up on, for those of you that are aware with Harrisburg, Georgia, it's the inner city of Augusta, Georgia, and the projects were all around there, right? And I grew up on 1908 Watkins Street. Google that fucking place. See how many murders have happened in Harrisburg area. How many crimes have take place and stuff like that, and that's where my existence came from. So growing up fighting, you know, made me as an adult a fucking asshole, I guess. But you know, also I could eat my meal off the body of a dead person. It wouldn't fucking bother me, you know, and that might be sick to some of y'all. Go back and watch the Rodney Keith Pope one. I did not clean the bed off. I laid in the spot that his body laid for 3 days.
Yeah, but why didn't you ask the lady when you were in the office if you could just do a walkabout prior to them cleaning it out? If they can't let you do it.
Well, I think they're still doing a
crime scene.
Yeah, still a crime scene.
Okay, but you could have maybe asked.
I'm gonna ask on the way back if we can't just walk in there before they clean it.
Get a visual and
But however, the owner, I know you're gonna watch this, man, but I know you kind of don't like people doing stuff like that. But we would really like to do a walkabout before you clean the room. The lady did look trouble. Could be her. About to go into the Walmart now. Bye.
What's the backdrop?
The clouds.
Okay.
Okay, this is Timothy Mark. We're out here at the Caldwell Motel. We did learn that the black lady was the lady that
passed away.
That passed away.
That's I think we seen her that we can recall. I think it was 2 days ago. She was sitting. She always used to sit with a lawn chair on her cell phone. It was pretty sad, and my first impression was that it was her right away.
Hey, what's that? That's Horace trying to get my drink, man. What you doing up there on my drink? Get off of there. My burger was bland, and it really sucked. How was your burger?
It had really no taste to it at all, but I don't think that was the meat that was on the menu. Sorry.
Yeah, well, the lady here is very flirtatious, so I can't say nothing against her. But what I will speak out against is the food. It sucks. So if you're ever in Caldwell, Texas, pass up on Papa G's. At least if you're here on the weekend, because the food is horrible. It's unseasoned beef. It's not good at all. So we'll keep you posted on a road trip later. Okay, we're about to leave Papa G's in Caldwell, Texas. Worst burger ever on the road. And whoa, man, look at Horace trying to drown out that unflavored burger. Look at him. Okay, so yeah, in Caldwell, Texas. Just to give you an idea, some people in Caldwell, Texas use a fucking horse and buggy to get around. At least that's what it seemed like with the food that we just had. Actually, the food back there was probably better. You see the little buggy right here? It's a What you think about this little buggy right here?
Nice.
I think it's a little nice right here. This little buggy. So, if you're ever in Caldwell, Texas, stop by the Rockin' G. Stay the fuck away from Papa G's. You can go in the gas station and grocery store there, and you can look at this little buggy right here, and look at our buddy Horace down there. Horace down there. Oh man, just out in this little country town right here, I'm looking at this little buggy. And there we go. We see little Horace taking a break after you just swallowed that big bottle of Tabasco sauce there. Horace is traveling the country, and this is Caldwell, Texas. Ain't shit to do here in Caldwell, Texas, but rest and sit on your ass.